Alright, hey what's up guys, this is Biggs. Today I'll be presenting an MK4 blocking guide. Hopefully it'll be the first MK4 guide of many out of me, but let's go ahead and get into it. So imagine you're playing as Sub-Zero and you're defending against a Raiden. If you've never played versus Raiden before, his game plan before he draws his weapon is fairly simple. Raiden's going to be looking to pressure the opponent with run jabs, and he's going to mix up these run jabs with his high kick mid-knee string. This high kick string, if the opponent guards it, can be block confirmed into a special move. Here, I'm doing the lightning bolt. However, if your opponent does not block the high kick string, Raiden can hit confirm it into his weapon draw, which is a launcher, and do a combo. Now, I'm using Raiden as an example here, but this situation is actually fairly common throughout MK4, so I'll be showing you guys how to defend against it effectively. So let's try and punish Raiden's block string with Sub-Zero. So I'm going to try sliding right here. That slide looked a little bit late. Let's try it again. I did that slide on time there, but it doesn't look like it'll punish. Let's try something else. Maybe I can jump. That hit me out of that. Let's try one more time. Wow, I jumped and he can still block. Let's try something else. Maybe I can sidestep. Okay. Let's try and sidestep and then try and run in and hit him. Oh wow, he still recovered in time. What to do. So you can see all of our basic options aren't working here. But we're smart players. We know another trick that we can do. Since Raiden's running in with that high kick string, we know that second hit is a high, so maybe we can duck the second hit and punish him. So let's try that here. Okay. That looks like it messed up a little bit. Let's try one more time. There we go. So I was able to duck that high kick and then punish him right there. So it appears our strategy of ducking the second hit of Raiden's high kick string and punishing it with uppercut appears to be okay. However, eventually the Raiden player will catch on to what we're trying to do, and he will cancel his high kick into weapon draw. In MK4, canceling your attacks into weapon draw is a universal way of forcing your opponent to stand up when they are ducking. This will effectively punish their ducking attempt. I'll demonstrate that right now. So you can see I tried to duck an uppercut right there, but Raiden's weapon draw punished me. I'll do it one more time. There you go. So you can see if Raiden predicts that we're going to try and duck his string, he can blow us up pretty heavily. But maybe ducking the string is still an option if Raiden already has his weapon out. Raiden actually doesn't even have to cancel into his weapon draw to prevent us from ducking. Recall that Raiden can simply just do high kick, low kick instead of doing high kick. And because the low kick is a mid, it will punish our attempt to duck. The reward is not as high for Raiden, but it is a much safer option. I'll demonstrate it right here. So you can see that I attempted to duck right there and I got hit by the mid-low kick. If I were to block it, it would essentially put us in the same position that we were in originally. Recall from UMK3 that when you block a jab, there's different pushback depending on whether the jab was blocked standing or crouching. MK4 functions the same way. Notice when I jab Raiden where his back foot will land. You can see that Raiden's back foot landed on the first line there at the bottom. I'm going to do the exact same thing, but this time with Raiden set to crouch block. As you can see, when I jabbed Raiden while he was crouching, his foot now ends up on the second line. Raiden was pushed further because he crouch blocked rather than stand blocked. This should be extremely familiar to you if you've played MK3. However, what I'm about to tell you is the key to understanding blocking in MK4. MK4 has different pushback on other normals besides jab. For example, if I do a low kick and Raiden blocks it, watch where his foot ends up. So you can see that Raiden's back foot landed near the second line. I'm going to do the exact same thing and have Raiden set to crouch block. As you can see, when I did low kick and Raiden crouch blocked, his back foot is now on the front line. We can see that when you block attacks other than jab, there is less pushback when you crouch block. Going back to our running example, I'll now demonstrate the difference in pushback when guarding Raiden's block string standing versus crouching. Notice when guarding the block string standing, Sub-Zero's front foot lands on the back line. Notice when guarding the block string crouching, Sub-Zero's front foot lands on the middle line. Recall previously that we tried to punish this block string with slide while guarding standing. Remember that we were unable to do so. I'll try it one more time. As you can see, Raiden can block the slide. Now, we will attempt the same punish when guarding the block string crouching. Notice that Raiden could not block the slide. I'll do it one more time. As you can see, Sub-Zero's slide punishes this block string when he guards crouching. You might think this is because he is closer to Raiden when guarding crouching, but there is more at work here. In order to demonstrate that there's a little bit more going on here when you block something crouching other than the pushback, I'm going to be using Kai as my opponent here. I have the training dummy on Kai set to do a block string ending in his super kick. I'm going to attempt to punish the super kick on block with Scorpion's harpoon. We'll see the difference when I do it standing and crouching. So you can see I did this harpoon fairly quickly out of block there standing, and it seems to not punish his super kick. Now this punish is possible when you're stand blocking, but it's incredibly tight. I'm going to do the same thing now with crouch block. If you notice, the crouching spear looks like it came out significantly faster than the standing one. This is the secret to blocking in MK4. If you block things crouching, you recover faster from block than if you were to do it standing. If you were to try and verify that you recover faster from crouch block as opposed to stand block using conventional means such as the jump test, it would lead to rather contradictory results. Here I have Kai set to do the same block string but hold up afterwards. I will also hold up on Scorpion to visually estimate the frame advantage. We can see even though Scorpion guards Kai's block string standing, he still recovers significantly faster than Kai. I'll now do the same test but with Scorpion crouch blocking. Interestingly enough, you may notice that Scorpion jumps in the air far later than he did when he was stand blocking. This is because in MK4, when you attempt to do basic inputs after crouch blocking, there's an additional stand-up guard recovery animation. If you are already stand blocking, there is no additional stand-up guard recovery animation. Here, Scorpion legitimately recovers faster from crouch block, but he has to go through the additional stand-up recovery animation before he can jump. Recall from MK4 that we can cancel our guard recovery into special moves. In this example, we were able to cancel Scorpion's additional stand-up guard recovery animation into Harpoon, thus recovering faster from crouch block. Finally, there's one more secret to blocking in MK4, and it involves using the weapon. Here I have Kai set to do the same block string, and I'll attempt to punish it with Scorpion's Harpoon while stand blocking. As we saw before, Kai should be able to block the Harpoon here. I will now attempt the same punish, but with Scorpion's weapon drawn. As you can see, with our weapon active, we have the same block properties as if we were crouch blocking. Previously, I mentioned when you attempt basic inputs after crouch blocking, there's an additional startup guard recovery animation. Notice how I can't run in and do Scorpion's high kick string. However, with our weapon active, we can reap the benefits of crouch guard while stand blocking without going through the additional stand-up guard recovery animation. The result is particularly devastating.